Survivor News.
Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News.
Survivor News. Survivor News.
Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News.
What is going on, guys? We are back this week with your Survivor News, recapping episode 6 of season 49. I am joined by the illustrious duo that is Brice and Wendell presents. And first and foremost, the first merge boot from Survivor Winners at War. You might know him from the GOAT. You might know him from Beach Cabana Royale. Yeah. Beach Cabana Royale. Yeah. Beach Cabana Royale. Yeah. It is the one to the DZ, Wendell Holland.
Okay.
And guys, Wendell was coming in with good energy today, so get ready for him to speak a few times.
Minutes.
And then what would the Purple Pants podcast be without the Purple Pants badass himself? You might know him from Survivor Cagayan. You might know him from the Zaddy calendar. You might know him from Brice and Wendell Presents. The list was getting a little thin. It is Brice Izyah. How we doing?
What's going on, Jackery? It is a pleasure to be here. Always excited to be with my brothers, the baby boys. And if it's Wendell and if it's Brice, you already know. You might know this man. Some may call him a giant when you first meet him because he is 7'1". You might know him from The Floor is Lava. You might know him from The Circle season 2. You might know him as an alternate for a couple of seasons of Survivor. You might know him as a DJ to your backyard party, or we know him as Jackery, the baby boy. Jackery Atkins was popping with you.
What is going on? What a nice intro. I'm excited. I'm ready to pod. And I mean, first and foremost, we got to address the elephant in the room. You know, the day this is coming out, it's Halloween. So we are, if you're an audio listener, you might not see this, but we are dressed in costume. And I feel like some of these costumes aren't the most self-explanatory. So I feel like we got to do a little costume breakdown.
Yeah. When DZ started off, because, full disclosure, me and Jack hopped on the pod on time and we're just talking. And when DZ just hops on in and it's giving Finding Nemo. But it's Finding.
I'll tell you what,
Mo.
Gentlemen, I asked Wendy what he wanted to be for Halloween. He said, I want to be a shark.
Oh.
So I was like, Wendy, what you want me to be for Halloween? He said, I want you to be a fish.
Oh.
So your boy's a fish in the flesh. I got a backup costume too. But he told me he wants me to wear the orange one. So here we are.
Let's go.
Oh. We love it. Jackery, I don't think
he has a jacket on.
I gotta display the whole fit for.
Is this Michael Jackson?
No, it's have you guys seen La La Land? That's not really your I am Ryan Gosling from the pool party scene in La La Land. Let me pull up a picture for you guys. Hold on.
Whenever somebody says Ryan Gosling, I always think of John and Kate +8.
I just feel like he could be Michael Jackson.
Oh,
and that it's giving Thriller, except for this accordion in his hand.
It's giving something.
Or is it bad? Was it bad or Thriller with the red jacket?
It was Thriller.
It was Thriller.
Yeah.
Oh, not Jack. We don't need you to confirm no music. Okay.
So.
Oh.
Okay.
You see what it is? I can play a couple. If you need any audio sound effects, Brice. Let me know.
Do you have an applause?
I love it.
What's up?
Do you have an applause on there? Because we're gonna need the applause because Brice booed me when I came on the pod, but we might need some applause for my hot takes today. Say no more.
Well, I mean, if nobody's gonna ask, well, I guess my
Yeah, Brice, what are you?
my costume isn't that self-explanatory, but maybe if y'all saw, I don't actually know what this is because hold on, wait.
He was just wearing that the other day, role playing. Oh, he's a turtle?
I am a turtle. I'm a turtle lover. I've got 2 turtles, one at my mom's house that we've had for over 25 years, and I have a turtle myself. Her name's Kimmy, and she's the love of my life. But listen.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Same.
When Kimmy sees you dressed up like that, how does she feel?
She pays me no mind.
Are you dressed as Kimmy or are you dressed as a different turtle?
No, that actually is a good question. I think I'm dressed as a different turtle because Kimmy is a red ear slider, so her belly doesn't look like this. Looks a little different, and
Do you have a turtle name yourself? Timmy.
Okay, we'll go with Timmy. Kimmy and Timmy.
Kimmy and Timmy.
Yeah, but happy Halloween to our Survivor News crew that is listening and watching. We're excited to be here. We're covering episode 6. Brice and Wynn had a week off, so we are hitting the road hard. Next week, we will be in Dallas, Texas. The blueprint continues with some amazing people joining us from a vast variety of shows. We've got Mitch Don't Miss, Michaela, Kat and Alex, Lauren, Abraham, so many people. And one of the people could be you if you are listening or watching. You could head to the Brice and Wynn Present Instagram or Twitter and click the link in the bio, but that is not it. We also will be headed to Denver. We're headed to Chicago. We're headed to Baltimore. We're headed to Philadelphia, New York, so much more. The Blueprint tour is here, and we're excited to see how the rest of the season rolls on out, but that's not done. You know, my man, Ozzy will be in New York November 19th. He'll be in Atlanta November 12th. So you know, from the east to the west to the mid to the south, wherever you're at, you could get to one of these events because, you know, the Blueprint is all about bringing people together and empowering everyone. So they're definitely nice, fun events that you should attend, but that's not it, baby. Ooh. Survivor Night at the Sixers, November 5th, the night before our Brice and Wynn in Philadelphia. We have a heavy hitter of Survivor amazing legends that will be watching the Sixers game, and you can join us. You can click the link in the Brice and Wynn Present Instagram bio, and the Squid Games Challenge 2 just dropped their official trailer, and we are having a Squid Game watch party in Philadelphia, November 11th. So listen, we got you covered. Okay? Wow. So whether you like the sports, if you like a little squid, if you like Survivor, Brice and Wynn have you covered because, again, we are all about empowering everyone to be a part of this community that you all are building.
Who are the Sixers playing that night?
The Phoenix. So what's up? What's up? What's up?
They're not. But also the Phoenix what? The Phoenix what?
The Phoenix Wolverines. Duh.
The Sixers are playing a Floridian team, Brice. What team is that? Put your phone down.
Oh, I know. I remember what they are. Yeah.
Go ahead, Brice.
The Phoenix Suns.
In Florida, what is the team called, Brice?
Give me the the Miami Heat.
Wrong city. So pick another city.
Orlando Thunder.
You're getting close.
Right city.
Orlando Magic.
Hit the applause on yourself, Brice.
Okay.
That's enough of that.
But yeah, we got to get into this episode. But also, Jack, I just gotta tell you a little funny story. You know, Tour 49, Wendell and I have been doing excellent. No fights, no nothing. We had a week off this week. And, you know, I'm busy minding my business working. And yes, Tuesday, was it Tuesday or Monday? Tuesday, I'm minding my business. My phone rings. Wendell doesn't say anything because Wendell likes to play this game, Jack. When he calls me, like he likes to sit in silence. But if you're calling somebody, you should be the one to say, hello, is anybody there? Because you're calling me. But anyway, I say this to say, Wendell was home bored, okay? Because Wendell called me. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm working 9 to 5 or 8:30 to 5. Wendell's like, I got these steaks. I'm grilling these steaks. I said, okay. The conversation went on. So these steaks look good. Conversation moves
James
on.
Jones seasoning on it.
The James, I might have put a little too much James Jones seasoning on it. Okay. Oh, it's really good. Hey, I'm making my second coffee. Hey, I'm washing my clothes. Hey, I'm building. So, Jack, I ended up being on the phone with this man for 3 hours and 45 minutes. Thank God for a Joey Hatch that called. And Wendell's like, this is Joey. I'll call her back. I said, no, you take that call. Click.
Okay.
Yeah. 1 week off, you guys can't stay away.
This onesie a little hot.
Did you guys do anything for the episode last night together? Or did you just watch at home?
Actually, that's another interesting conversation. Because I watched at home, Jack, and I watched on the internet provider that I pay for. Wendell, where did you watch?
Oh, Jack, that's a great question. It felt so good to watch the show at home, laying in bed on my TV. As a fan, I'm not at a watch party. I'm just like relaxing, and it was a great episode. So I was able to enjoy a great episode at home, not hosting while I'm doing it. So I felt like I could really take the episode in. So yeah, I watched it at home too.
Jack, ask him what internet provider he watched it on.
What internet provider did you watch it on?
My internet provider, I believe, is Xfinity.
Ask him, Jack, ask him if the account is valid and on.
Is the account valid and on?
Yeah.
It's not, Jack. So let me.
No, all you have to ask is whose YouTube TV login did you use?
Ask him that, Jack.
Yeah, whose YouTube TV login did you?
I use Joey Hatch's.
And now let me tell you about that, Jack. Okay, because Wendell gonna say, let me get your YouTube TV so I can log into my bedroom because I got it on the living room. And I'm like, Wendell's cheap. I'm like, what YouTube TV do you have on the living room? This man, Jack, is going to say, I've got Joey's.
I do.
Jack, do you know who the Joey it uses?
Who, yours?
Yes. How the Joey logged in at Wendell's house using my name? Let me just put you on notice, Wendell and Joey. January 1st.
Password's changing.
Password. Okay.
You mind sending me the login though?
I
You
said
want to kick Jack off too?
Jack could stay on.
Let's go.
But anyway, just that kind of pissed me off. Like, what you mean you're logged on to Joey? And Joey loves to be like, I don't use it. I don't use it. First of all, and I always say to Joey, you know, I could see the last time you've logged on, but now I'm starting to think maybe it's been Wendell the whole time.
Joey's like, I don't use it. I just give it out to people.
Right. So that is crazy. But listen, go ahead, Jack. Sorry.
I was just gonna say it is nice. Like I watched at home last night too. I actually waited till later in the night so I could watch it with my friends ad free. And so you know,
who were your friends you watched with?
I watched it with my friend Allie and my friend Robbie. And they were both at work late, and so they couldn't come until around like 10:30. So we went and got some In-N-Out. and then we threw it on at no ads, which to me is a game changer. And it was a very lovely evening.
Have I met Robbie? Is
I don't
Robbie the tall guy?
Robbie is tall, but I don't think you've met Rob. Or no, I don't think you've met Robbie.
Is Robbie black?
No, that's Nick.
Oh, Nick. I love Nick.
Yeah.
Nick's cool.
Nick is like 8. I don't know. Where were we that we were with you?
He
Jack's
was
friend?
at one of the LA watch
Yeah.
parties. Yeah. He
But
lives
he
in
was
New York
also-
now, though.
But we were somewhere else with Robbie because we were out
Nick.
with him.
With Nick.
Nick.
Probably, yeah. I mean, he used to live in LA, but now he lives in New York.
I feel
Oh,
like
and shout out to Robbie's been waiting for a shout out on the pod. So shout out
Hey.
to finally got the shout out. But yeah, we
shout
had a
out
good
Robbie.
shout out to Robbie. You love Robbie too, and you love Allie. So you gotta
Listen, hey Ali, hey Robbie. But
What's the
back to Jack's friend Nick, though.
yeah, sorry.
Jack friend Nick is this tall. Tall. 7'2" black man, look like a model, look like could be a basketball player, got a great personality. I don't know where we were out with him, but I just love being out with him because everybody kept stopping him. And we're like, do you play sports? And he was like, actually, no, I don't. I was like,
He's legitimately 7 foot flat.
I'm not lying.
Yeah. But I was just because 10 minutes ago, you're like, Jack is 7'1". Like, so no, but we got to get him out to a New York City watch party. I also think we got to get him on the show. I think he'd be great. So
yeah.
Shout out to my boy Nick.
We saw him at Chet Bond.
Oh,
Yup. Well, Brice wasn't there. You were there. It's all good. But you did see him there.
One of us supported my brother.
no, it's all good. Brice had to work.
We don't need gunshots.
This
Sound
is the Hunger Games.
But listen, okay, we got, in my opinion, a mid episode.
Whoa.
So
cold take.
No, start it off.
I'm just mid in the sense that not a lot, like, I don't know, a lot happened, but not a lot happened. But I feel like I'm using the term mid because I feel like the episodes from here on out are about to be explosive.
Speculative. Compare this episode to what we've had. You
Well,
can't
I mean,
compare to what you think is going to happen compared to what we've had.
well, I mean, compared to what we've had,
Brice, that's why the dating scene is so tough out here because you'll meet the best one you've seen so far. You're like, but what's coming down the line is going to be way better.
and you ain't never lied about that. Okay. But no,
you're just mad your favorite went home.
And I am a little sad that, Shannon went home, and we could talk about that because we could get into the dichotomy of it all. I am sad that Shannon did go home, but it was interesting. More so what I was. More so. Sorry, my internet is acting a little strange.
Is it Xfinity?
Whose login did you use?
It's Joey's YouTube. So, yeah, I just say it was mid in the sense that not a lot has happened. However, given what we have had, it was a smorgasbord of survivors. But I'm excited for the charcuterie that will come from this because there has to be some type of explanation, i.e. fallout, or how people will move forward from this. I'm excited to see. But
I like that you kicked us off with that take because, I mean, look, it wasn't one of the all-time great Survivor episodes, but I thought it was probably the best one of the season so far. So I'm surprised you thought it was mid. And I agree that I think it's going to continue to get better and better, but I'm with Wendell. I'm not going to define this one by things that haven't even happened yet. I'm not mad at it because I do agree. I think it's going to get better. So we might look back and hopefully this isn't one of the best episodes of the season. Hopefully there's better and better, but I thought it was a good episode. I thought the swap was kind of fun. I like that they're going to merge a little bit later. And I'm glad with who went to tribal because I thought we saw one of the more interesting voting dynamics. And I also thought we saw this Sage and Shannon rivalry that's been building finally come to a head. And that was a really interesting way to close out the pre-merge.
Yeah, but did we close out the pre-merge? Because so if they do merge next episode, there probably won't be a mergatory. You think it'll just be a straight direct merge? Because you know how I feel about the mergatory like that. Like,
but that's still, to me, that still kind of counts as the merge. Like
if you don't have a vote, oh, let me not cut you off.
No, you're good. I like, we see in the teaser that they merge next week. So it might still be some sort of mergatory. I don't know. I hope not. But that, like, the tribes are dissolving after this. So I think this is, you could say this is the end of the pre-merge.
The floor is yours, Brice.
Thank you. If we're not collecting jury members, it's not the merge.
I thought a couple weeks ago you were like, it basically is the merge when they do that.
I've never said that because I hate the mergatory, and that's a hill that I stand on.
But still, I would call like pre-merge. Say there is a mergatory. Pre-merge ends, I think, even when you hit the mergatory. The tribes are all merging together. Even still a mergatory.
If that's the case, then everybody should be a jury. And also,
well, I agree with you on like the semantics of it, but like pre-merge and pre-jury are also can be different.
That's
like,
the point.
Like when Jeff says like everybody drops their buffs, it's all one tribe. There might still be a mergatory, but that to me isn't pre-merge. That's
okay. Well,
that's mergatory. That's mergatory.
Right. I consider a merge when everybody has the buff.
But the pre-merge.
So if you don't have the let me shut up though. But if you don't have that buff, then you pre-merge.
Well, I mean, it's annoying because of the mergatory, but I would say there's pre-merge, then I guess you could say there's the mergatory, and then there's the merge. I don't know. Then we're getting into the weeds on it.
Well, and that's fine.
Why is Brice our merge expert when he hasn't seen a merge in his life?
He was in Ponderosa doing research on it.
I was writing my dissertation. But yeah, so where do you want to dive in at? Because we could go all over the place.
Should we just take it from the top with the swap?
I don't have a problem with taking it from the top.
Okay.
Wherever you want to go, Jack.
You're putting the wop in the swap.
Take it from the top.
I can't say anything on this podcast anymore. We're going to censor us on Joey's YouTube TV. I'll tell you that.
Joey's going to kick us off.
Yeah, we get the swap. 3 tribes of 4, and this is kind of the first time they've done this in the new era, which I kind of liked. And let's see the new tribes. We have the new blue tribe: Jawan, Sage, Shannon, Steven. Mm-hmm. We've got the new yellow tribe, which is Sophi, Savannah, Rizzo, and MC. That's
like that tribe.
That's my personal favorite.
Yeah,
and then we've got the new red tribe, which is other Sophi, Alex,
Christina, and they actually, I'm lying. That the red tribe is my favorite tribe.
Really?
Yeah, because the red tribe for sure. Like obviously, we love the yellow tribe and we love the blue tribe, but the red tribe for me is my personal favorite. It also was really interesting to see Christina with this kind of like medical emergency. They keep saying it's like the hottest season ever. We kind of see the cameras focus in and out of Christina, and essentially like she sits down. And here's one of my gripes with what Jeff does. We're watching it in real time. We see Christina get overheated. She needs to sit down. Jeff calls in the medical team. Like we see Jeff call, hey, medical team, come in. And then immediately Jeff turns into Wendell with his phone and he's like, hey, doc, walk us through what's happening. Jeff, you don't need to walk us through what's happening. We see what's happening. Give us an update. How can he give us an update if he didn't get her blood pressure yet? Like, Jeff be so hyped to get the, like, Jeff, let the doctor doc.
I think that's fair.
I mean, yeah, but it was interesting because I can speak, although I have not made the merge. I do remember, and I've talked about this before in the Philippines. I remember our first challenge. And I remember being out there so excited. I remember climbing up that ladder, coming down that ladder. I remember that lightheaded, like, whoa, this is like, you're really out here not having to have water for like 2 days. Like, you really start to feel it. And so like that feeling when Christina described back in Confession, when she was like, it just went black. I kind of remember that feeling of like, you kind of almost see the blackness coming and like you trouble, like, I don't want to pass out. I don't want to do anything weird. So it is something really interesting to get used to. Can you attest to that, Wendell? Do you remember feeling like after your first challenge on Ghost Island, like, wow, like it's hot out here, like not eating, limited access to water?
We did our marooning challenge and they picked 2 people to compete. And I think Michael Yerger and Sebastian were picked to compete like the running part of the challenge. And basically you're like running, high stepping through some ropes or whatever and running back. And these 2 were so gasped. Like Yerger was like passed out and Jeff was like, oh my gosh, do we need medical? They didn't show any of this. But that was the first one. And that was like, geez, Yerger's this super strong guy. This is for real. I didn't compete. I cheered that one on and we didn't win that one. But our first team challenge was one of those big, huge ones. And we were beat. We were exhausted at the end of it. And we won that one.
So I just definitely felt Christina in that moment of just kind of like, wow, like this is really real. But also what I love kind of sort of about Christina is that like after they won the challenge, sis jumping up, screaming like, yeah! And my mind, I'm like, Christina, girl, breathe. But again, I love Christina's energy. But I like the Red Tribe. What's your favorite tribe of the new swap of the swappity swap? Wendell.
I need to see them. I can't pick a favorite right now.
Jack, describe.
Oh, pull up an image of all of them, Brice. I liked watching what happened last night. I liked that tribe that went to tribal. I liked watching the 4 of them decide who. I liked watching all that. We could get into that, but I don't really know.
Have you ever been in like 5th grade?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're supposed to read a chapter in the book.
Yeah.
And the next day, the teacher say, Jack,
what did you think about the book?
What did you think about the book and the chapter? Well,
I can't pick a favorite part. I just liked it all so much. Have you seen the video where LeBron has a book and he's talking about like, this is my favorite book, like it's got a lot of
biography of Malcolm X or something.
Yeah, but he's on like he doesn't have like a book. He doesn't have like it marked off, right? Like it looks like he hasn't started reading it, but he's like, this is just one of my favorites. Like it's a lot, it's very insightful.
So you guys are calling me LeBron James. Got it.
Sure. The LeBron James of picking tribes.
I'm more Mamba, but I'll take Bron right now. That's cool.
Yeah, no, I thought this was, and it's interesting with the 4 because there's nowhere to hide, like, you know,
nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And I liked with the way the tribes were broken down, you could, because I had to pause it like Wendell. I didn't need to see them, and in my mind, I'm immediately thinking, who's in danger the most? Mm-hmm. And so like on the yellow tribe, I'm like, oh, Steven is definitely in danger.
Blue
I think
tribe,
on the red, the blue tribe.
You didn't have the color right.
On the red tribe, I'm like, Nate, girl, you in danger. And on the yellow tribe, I'm like, darn, MC is really in danger because we see that Sophi has ingratiated herself so much with Savannah and Rizgod that it's like, oh, so it's like in my mind, I'm like, I need to, because I like to watch the edit, and I know some people in the comments be like, I don't watch the show to watch the edit, but sometimes I like to see how the edit is going to play with us. So I took note, and I was like, let me see how the episode shows us Nate, shows us MC, and shows us Steven, because I'm like, I wonder if they'll be able to like wiggle their way out of it. I thought the reward challenge was definitely fun. And I kind of sort of want to talk about the Red Tribe because Nate, let me just go on record. If I was a child, I would want Nate to be my stay-at-home dad. Okay, because let me just, no glasses needed. I don't think people are clocking how calculated and how like sinister isn't the word, but how sharp a MFer like a Nate is, right? Hearing him talk when they're like ingratiating into the tribe, and Nate's like, I need to tell a lie. I need to tell the truth to get them to understand me, and I need to tell a lie. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know if I would have thought about that, but like the way he handled that, and also the tribe was just like, it don't make sense. He's lying. But the fact that he had the wherewithal to know that he needs to get down and dirty. And when we talk about the next challenge, the way my man with the doing the juggle thing or the puzzle, the way he was whipping that ball, like the whoosh, to like that. And as a professional person that could a couple of balls, it's like the way he was taking them risk. I was like, Nate is going to be a problem. Like, oh, love it.
Nate's the real deal. I think you're wrong in your assessment that people don't clock that. I think they're just like, because remember his original tribe, and we saw Savannah moving and shaking and doing this, that, and whatever. But like, it seemed like Nate was someone like she would consult, or like he could talk to people and they'd like listen to this guy. I feel like from the outside, people have eyes on Nate, and that's why I'm scared for Nate post merge.
Yeah, I think when
he's a real deal.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. When we first saw the Red Tribe, we saw him and Jawan kind of connecting. And as the tribe kind of sort of developed and Jawan kind of like isolated himself, we saw how quick Nate made that switch to be in the majority. I don't know. There's just something about a Nate that I feel like we're not seeing enough of. But just in this episode, I was like, oh, Nate is sharp. Like Nate, like I don't know about the two truths and a lie, but other than that game, I got my eye on a Nate. I really, Nate is very interesting, and especially somebody that's like younger than Wendell, but an older character. For him to be able to ingratiate himself into the tribe so much and be there's just something I really like about Nate.
Agree. I thought that the dynamic over there on that Red Tribe was interesting too. With, you have Sophi and Christina from the original Yellow, and then Alex has joined that group on the previous swap tribe. But then Christina kind of has this moment where she, I guess, sort of suggested that Sophi could be the decoy. So now Sophi and Alex seem like they're locking in and maybe controlling this group. It's sort of a shame we'll never see this tribe go to tribal, because I'm curious what would have happened. But I was worried for my guy Nate. So I'm like, I was glad it ended up being the blue tribe, because like I don't want to lose a Nate. I don't want to lose an MC. And I wanted to see that Shannon Sage dynamic reach its climax. But yeah, I thought it was interesting to see how Alex and Sophi were maneuvering, and we haven't seen a lot of that. The other Sophi, and this kind of was an episode where she started to give a little bit more, and I thought her confessionals were good. I think her perspective is really interesting. Like even the moments we have seen of her complaining about the reward. I think that's like interesting TV. So I'm like, let's get some more Sophi S on the screen.
And I love Sophi S, and I've been wanting to see more of her as well. But can we dig a little deeper into that situation with Christina and Sophi?
Yeah.
So again, like, Wendell, I need to see things. When I rewatched the episode and when the tribe, when they swiped, I mean, not swiped. Sorry.
What you been doing, Brice?
Trying to get something better. When time out though. You know what my favorite part of watching the episodes back of our Survivor News episodes is? There are moments that sometimes when we're like recording, I don't always catch. But whenever I make Jack laugh, and like Jack just gave the classic Jack laugh, I crack myself up because it be coming out of nowhere. But when the tribe swapped and we got a confessional from Christina, the first person Christina mentioned that she was happy to be on the tribe with was Sophi, right? Like, she was so high on Sophi, then it was Alex, and then it was Nate. And so when Christina, Sophi, and Alex are talking, and clearly they're saying, like, we have to get rid of Nate, I thought it only made sense, and please, y'all, tell me if you, like, we don't oftentimes get a tribe where there's 3 Black people, right? And so when we see this, I'm like, oh, I like this. And so when they're talking about how can we keep Nate comfortable, but we're going to vote him out, and Christina says, your name, Sophi, like, I thought immediately that would click to, so like, I didn't. And this is the thing that, sorry, I'm going all over the place, but because I want to talk about this other thing as well. But immediately Christina says, well, I'll use your name as a decoy. In my mind, as a Black viewer, I'm like, that makes sense. Because if Christina were to go to a Nate and say Alex, like, I just feel like it just seemed super believable. And so I thought like they came together with it, but then we see Sophi kind of like feeling like Christina's putting a target on my back. But I honestly felt like the plan of Christina to say a Sophi made sense. Would love to know your thoughts.
Okay, because it's 3 Black people?
Not because it's 3 Black people, but there have been so many times that we have seen it the other way around. And I feel like, for me, like, it's just like, if you're trying to keep Nate safe, like, yes, there are 3 Black people. It's like, hey, we could work together. We don't always get.
So yes, it's because it's 3 Black people. And so to that, I'm saying, first of all, I can understand why they would, it's an easy whatever. But I can also understand Sophi being like, yo, I don't want to be the one.
Right. Yeah.
So like, I think that's a 2 things can be true situation. It's like, all right, there could be something here, so let's just act like we're pointing the finger at you, but also, nah, don't point the finger at me. Nah.
And that's the next thing that I want to talk about, because this is there's this thing in Survivor, and I get it, but nobody ever wants to be the decoy. And so, but I mean, if nobody's the decoy, then who's the decoy? Okay, I grew up on How to Catch a Predator. Okay, listen, we know.
As the kid or the predator?
Whoa.
I grew up on watching Chris Samuels' How to Catch a Predator.
Chris Samuels?
That 30-year-old man pretended
Isn't
to
it
be
Chris? It's not Chris Samuels. Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen, okay?
Chris Samuels.
Like,
Chris
Samuels. There needs to be a decoy.
That's
right? Like,
we gotta find a girl to go pretend to be underage.
I just, first of all, I don't know. We used to watch that. I used to love when he would come in the house with the binder, and the guy or the girl be like, "Oh no, I'm just I'm here to play video games." I'm
just here to use Brice's YouTube TV.
But I understand nobody wants to be the decoy. But my thing is,
all right, Brice. Next time you play, you're the decoy every time.
here's the thing. If I'm locked in with, okay, I understand. I understand, but like, Jack, help me out or help me understand the logic. Like, if we're coming up with a plan, we need to make Wendell feel safe. Like, somebody has to be the decoy.
I just think like a couple things. I feel like you don't want to be the one telling someone else that they're the decoy. Like maybe you put your heads together and figure out something that makes sense.
Okay.
Or maybe you feel out like, oh, Nate was suggesting Brice, so maybe we'll go with that as the decoy. But if if it was us three and we're with James Jones and we just got to the beach and we haven't even really talked to James yet, and I was like, Brice, I think you should be the decoy. You would be like, why? What?
But if I'm locked in with you and I trust you and you are making it make sense, and it's like, okay, I will.
Yeah, I mean, it needed, I don't know as much of like Christina's reasoning as to why it made sense or didn't make sense. And I hear your point of like why, from an outside perspective, that Sophi could make sense. But at the same time, also being in the shoes of a Sophi or whoever is the decoy, whether it's, you saying it's like 3 Black people, or maybe if it was 3 people who all have something in common, and if Christina was like, well, we all have this in common, and it would make more sense that we would me being the potential decoy, I'd still be like, well, hold on, you guys do have that in common. Like I'm a little nervous. And I do think, it's not necessarily that they don't even trust each other, but there is still a component of like, maybe Nate could have an idol. Maybe there's an other advantage at play. And so if all of a sudden I am the one that Nate's writing my name down, I'm concerned. Even if I trust you guys fully, I'm still a little nervous. Okay. I'm just kind of putting my odds up to fate at that point a little bit. And I do think I like where Sophi was like, well, I'm not just going to accept this. Let me go talk to Alex and see, maybe we'll make Christina the decoy, right? I do hear you sometimes, and in certain situations too. I think sometimes you just have to be like, okay, like it is what it is. Like I'm gonna be the decoy, and if I rock the boat too hard, like that could mess me up big time. Like I think sometimes you really could just be the decoy, and it's like what, especially in a bigger tribe, it's like, all right, what can you do? But I think it's more reasonable when that stems from like, oh, if the person you're voting is like, I want Jack out, and everyone's like, yeah, we just told them we'll go with it, we're not going with it. Then at that point, sometimes you just gotta be like, all right, I trust you guys. Like it is what it is. But if before that person even says anything, you're like, you got to be the decoy, I'd be like, I don't know about all that. That was my kind of take on it.
Right. No, that makes sense, though. I don't think I was also looking at it being a 4 tribe. He could have a shot in the dark. I get that. But I was just even making the point to not this particular situation, but when we have to make somebody feel comfortable. I know nobody wants to be the decoy, but so what are we going to tell them? We're going to go to rocks? Like,
or you reach that awkward spot where they pull you for a conversation. They're like, what are you thinking? And you're like, still feeling things out. What do you want to do? And then, I feel like most of the time they'll kind of pick up like they're not really going to vote with me. Like if they're not actually involved in a plan. And I do think Brice, you make a good point where very rarely is someone like down to be the decoy, at least from what we see. But I think there are situations where if you trust your people and it makes sense and you're like, guys, I trust you 100%. I'm on board. I'll be the decoy. Like that could gain you a lot of favor with your crew.
And
but it could get a little dangerous down the line because you don't want to continue to be the decoy.
Now then that's where you're like,
you don't. If you start seeing your name written down, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah, but I would like to see, because we know they're casting for 51 and 52. If you're listening, I would like to see somebody say, okay, I'm all right with it.
Do you think Jawan would say yes to that? Dad, Brice, don't do that. That's my man. Don't do that.
If the Red Tribe said this is what you need to do to be loyal to Red, then absolutely Jawan would do it. Before we get to the Red Tribe, because we got to get to the Red Tribe, because Jawan had me shaking in my turtle shell. Blue Tribe. Yeah. Can we get to the Riz God MC,
Savannah, Sophie.
and Sophie. Let me just say, like, and I've been saying this from day one. I love me some Sophi B. Okay, because again, I say time and time again, if we was like, let's go look for an idol, the way in my mind, because they're realize, well, there's so much to unpack here. One,
Let it out.
so let's okay. Before
Whoa.
you even get to Sophi B, I want to get to MC. Love MC. And I love the fact that she immediately realizes, hey, I'm probably the odd man out. Where can I slither this snake into a hole? And we know
Whoa.
where can I slither this snake into a hole? And we know that Sage has told the other people about the Riz's thing. And I was like, MC, don't tell him about your idol, girl. What is you doing? And then I loved how MC was like, use that as like, hey, just to let you know, they know you got one. And I just figured I let you know. And such a smart move. The way that I, in my mind, would have played that, I would have been like, and I got one too. You want to help me find it? Like, I don't know. I think her sprinkling that little bit of information really went well for her and gained her a little momentum. And also then it sparked this group. Hey, if no one on that other tribe found it, maybe we should all find it, even though they're like, we're going to find it because we don't want MC to find it. And them all going, and for Sophi B to find it, I just think in that moment, I don't know if I would, because I'm so locked in with those people, I don't know that I would want to keep it for myself. I think I would immediately be like, Jack! The fact that, like, and we've seen this from Sophi B time and time again, where like Sophi, and I love the way she described it. Sophi said, yeah, I'm working with Savannah and Rizzo now. I said, oh, baby.
Especially with the knowledge is power of all the things. Like, we've always seen that too many people know about it and it gets used against you.
So I'm like, Sophi B has said, Sophi B gives me like only child energy, where it's like she has said time and time again, bish, I'm out here to play for myself, period. And it's like, I love to see it, because it's like, as a viewer, I'm like, no, what are you doing? But also as like the Survivor fan of me, it's like, yes, because you're right. In this new era, sorry, Wendell got his mouth open. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and she's been battle tested, and like she's been starved for the last 2 weeks, like this, and now for her to have something, it's like, yo, you've been through a zillion tribals, you've been fighting, you look like you're 14 pounds now, like,
whoa, Chris Hansen.
huh? What did he say?
He said Chris Hansen.
I said you look like she's so tiny now. It's just like, yo, you've been through it. And now it's like you're having this glimmer. You get the knowledge is power. You have people that want to work with you, and you're not giving them everything. You're like, I love this position for her.
And a reward she got to eat and all that too.
She's not a huge threat because it's just her and Alex left from the original.
But girl, y'all need to stop saying that. It's only Alex left, okay? Sophi is an original member of the Red Tribe, okay?
Yeah.
Also, another little gripe. Don't promise me no grilled cheese if I can't see a cheese spread. Y'all can keep them. Those are cheese sandwiches. Sorry.
No, I like everything you said about this tribe. MC, I thought that was great because it's like on the surface, it looks like you're giving like a genuine, like a friendly heads up. Like, hey, I heard about this. I'm just trying to build a bridge. But behind all that, it's kind of like I see you. Like, know that I know. And that can help her situation a little bit. I'm glad this tribe isn't going to tribal together because I wouldn't want to lose any of them. Although it could have been something crazy with, MC would then have her idol out there to find, I believe. Sophi acknowledges power. Rizzo would have an idol. It would be a wild one. I will say my one question, and I'm so glad Sophi was able to find this advantage because, like we said, she's been through it. But it is a little odd to me. Like, I don't think they were hiding a knowledge is power on every beach. So why is this one beach getting a really powerful advantage just hidden? And I'm glad Sophi found it, but it's one of those things like, what is determining where these things are getting hidden? Because, MC already found this yellow tribe beware advantage too. So it wasn't like this was an extra. It seems like production just put an extra advantage in the game. And if I were watching this back and I was on a different beach and never had the opportunity to even find this, I would be a little bit, it's Survivor. That's how it goes, but it's not necessarily the most fair in my opinion. But I mean, not to complain too much because I'm glad Sophi found it. But, but yeah, I mean, do you guys have any insight on that? Like,
Wendell's the more experienced survivor.
No, I wanted to listen to what you had to say, Brice.
I do. I think in my opinion, just looking from an outside realm, if I'm a producer, which tribe would I want? Who would I want it to have? I would want it went to its rightful owner. If you ask me, that's all I'm gonna say. But I do want to just give a gripe on this tribe. What is this? The blue tribe now?
The yellow tribe, I think.
The yellow tribe.
Yeah.
Now y'all know I'm a RIZGOD fan, but I'm a cuss Riz got out this episode.
Whoa.
Okay, Riz. Yeah, I'm cussing.
Our boy.
Now, mind you, and I love Riz. Okay, listen. I've been glazing the Riz. I've been rizzing the Riz all 5 episodes. But for you to waste my time to watch you put them funky slippers on, for you to flap your tall behind all the way to the water, and for you not to even give me a whoosh. Okay, Riz, you're on notice. Was I the only one pissed? Like at this point, I'm invested. Okay, like you
it took him an hour to get down there. It's like
an hour to get down there. You brought him to the confessional. I don't want to see him in the confessional, RIZ. I just want to see you swim a little bit. I can't see you swim.
Yeah. They with the snorkel mask on too. It's like you didn't even use that. You got to earn that.
And then, mind you, he like, this thing smells disgusting. Well, my friend, that's your saliva, okay? Are you saying your breath stink? But that's okay. I'm putting Riz on notice. That's your one strike from me, Riz. You gonna walk down there and give up? Can you get a little whoosh, whoosh, whoosh? That's all.
And in the confessional, they were like, yo, hold your gear too.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, real one. Yeah. RIZGOD.
What's that smell? Your breath.
I mean, after what happened to Jake, I wouldn't even go towards the water. So maybe this is a next level strategy. He's showing he wants to provide, but he doesn't actually want to get in the water because he's a little scared.
He said he's the next Ozzy. Did you see when he had the Dr. Evil pinkies when he was talking? In confessional, he had the Dr. Evil pinkies heavy.
Also, he was cracking me up when he was like, after they said it was so hot, he was like, Jeff, you all right? Okay. Because I'm trying to figure out, Jeffrey. This ain't Destiny's Child. What you losing your breath for? Okay. Jeff said, it's hot out. It's hot out here, y'all.
If I'm being honest, and I ain't gonna say much about this, but after I seen all that stuff on the Twitters over the last week about all them comments from whatever.
Oh, wait, I don't know what you're talking about. Hold on,
right,
wait.
Neither do I.
Wait, hold on.
But I'm just saying.
I'm not on the Twitter. Twitter doesn't exist. So what? Like, please tell us the streets.
All I'm saying is whatever I was seeing over the last week on the Twitters, and to see him on his show panting like that, I think they should have edited that part out.
Jack, do you know what he's talking about?
I don't.
Well, we will talk on our Patreon.
Yes. We'll be right back for a commercial break. And we are back from our commercial break. And Jack, I don't know what the heck when girl, what DZ was talking about had nothing to do with what he was talking about. Would you agree, Jack?
I stand corrected.
No comment.
Okay. When DC y'all just went on a 5-minute rant. And
No, it was
the
it
dots
was
did not connect, Jack. The dots did not connect.
The dots were in the same.
I don't want to see
page.
I don't want to see pros panting. That's all I'm saying. Long live
Okay.
pros.
Rizzo said, "Welcome to Survivor, Jeff." Rizzo should have called medical for Jeff.
Jeff,
We get a look at him.
Rizzo should have been like, "Can you give us an update?"
Yeah, what's the update before he even gets there?
Okay. So then we have a challenge. And also, just want to talk about these challenges. My boy Alex from DC, he's been killing these challenges. I've been an Alex fan. I am an Alex fan. My grandmama is a fan. But the way Alex been stepping up in these challenges, like I really like. I'm a huge fan of Alex, and y'all know I'll be on the TikToks. And I recently discovered Alex's TikTok. If y'all not follow Alex on TikTok. But I guess when the season first started, are you? I thought Wendell was going to follow right now. When the season first started, Alex posted a TikTok about his journey. I've told you this, Wendell, his journey of like applying on Survivor. And like you see all of the different cuts of him applying. And like it got me emotional just seeing like how his journey is coming full circle. So again, I say all that to say like seeing him really killing it, standing on the now. Okay. In order to stand on the sandbag, you need a foundation. Okay. Okay. They just was throwing the sandbags. And when Alex is in the political climate, you gotta whip votes. You gotta get like you thought that was a strong foundation to stand on.
Nah, they just put a bunch right on top of each. It wasn't a pyramid. It was get up there.
And Alex went up, and he was up there. The thing that amazed me was that Alex actually was still trying to reach. Like, wow, it's just like I would have to get on the top and wait a couple of seconds. But I just love Alex's hungerness. Is that a word? Hunger?
Just hunger. Yeah.
Hungerness. I just seeing him have that conversation with Sophi, seeing him being open to it, seeing him in these challenges. Like I'm like, wow, like, and maybe we haven't noticed it before because Alex and Sophie's tribe was just getting decimated. So it's like just, same old, but seeing him have new life and just seeing his energy of the way that he just like naturally steps up. I'm like, okay, that's a leader right there. That might be a future zaddy. I don't know, but I like it.
You better also shout out MC for her challenge performances.
Well, I mean, listen, at this point, MC is the standard. At this point, I need to see MC and Jack go one-on-one.
Oh. In what?
Okay, mind you, also
Jack, not too much.
Also, because we love a short king, and I think Rome and Alex are the same height. Okay, because they had, even though there was no foundations on the sandbags, it was 13 of them bags, and Alex was still like, it. They just put one bag for MC, and MC was like,
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't say Rome and Alex are the same height. It's crazy.
They are. They wear a boy 7.
Not too much on either of them.
Those are my brothers. I love them. And they're easy to buy for Christmas gifts because you can go to the boys section in Macy's and ball out.
And they can hand them right down to Wendy when they're done.
But thought the challenge was a great, interesting, fun challenge. Again, like I said, Nate's performance, the way that ball handle pristine, the way he was taking them risks, and also was like the way he was touching it. Like, sir, in these challenges, when it's so sensitive to touch, like after they would get through one hurdle, he would look at Sophi and look at the ball and be like, we did it. I'm like, bro, the way he would like walk her through it. For me, it's like you see this mechanical side of Nate that's like, oh, he's well versed. And he won't be a problem if he gets to the end because I'd have his kid.
They ain't gonna let him get to the end, bro. He's too good. Wait, what did you just say?
We could skip over that.
Please, yes.
Yeah.
Also, okay, time out. Okay. Christina Mills. Come to the front, sister. Okay. Now, I've seen this challenge a time or two in my life. I've actually done this challenge in Survivor Philadelphia season 1. Shout out to Alex G, because I believe they just shot Survivor Philadelphia season 4. Will be coming out soon. Make sure you check it out. Shout out to Survivor Philly community, and my baby boy Alex G. So I participated in this challenge, and this is a classic Survivor challenge. You tie, okay. You got sticks and ropes, okay. You get Christina, you get a stick and tie the rope. I understand Christina was nervous, and that's my girl. But when my girl was done, and she said, girl, what is happening here? Jeff was like, at this point, first of all, Jeff was like, at this point,
not too much.
Christina's just launching this. First of all, you do got to give her credit, because to tie the sticks to the point that they become a rope is a talent. I've never seen that. But Christina, girl,
that's terrible.
I don't know what was happening.
Yeah, she was trying to lasso the key.
Now I said, Christina, I've seen that trick before, but it was a different handler. But kudos for her for not giving up. And
she figured it out. I mean, she took a little too long where she was just, we're not fishing out here, you know. But once she, I think, identified that, you know, she got it figured out and got it. I was worried, you know, for a second it looked like it was never going to happen, and then she got it in enough time where they're able to make a comeback while Jawan and the crew were just oh my bad. My bad. But I mean, to be fair, even for Jawan's sake, as a Jawan fan, going into the challenge, because Robbie, who I was watching with, is actually how I know Jawan. So, you know, he's one of the biggest Jawan fans out there. We were like, we kind of want Jawan to go to tribal here, because I feel like it was a decent setup for him. We thought it would be an interesting one. We thought it would be a chance for him to cut his teeth a little bit more and make some new inroads and maybe make a good move. So even though it was not fun watching Jawan and co struggle on that labyrinth maze, we were like, this could be a good opportunity for Jawan and for Sage and for Steven to make a move here.
Agree. And the way the edit had me on the edge of my seat, because again, we talked last week where it's like Jawan is so loyal to this original Red tribe, and yet Jawan ain't even on that tribe no more, and we still hear them talking about their disdain for him, and yet he is still loyal. And I was so worried that after Shannon threw his name out, which was just like, whoa, we need to talk about that. And when Sage brought that to him, his ambiguity, his ambient, no, because that's a sleeping medication. His ambiguity is a word, though, right?
And
okay, no.
You have all the right letters, I think, just kind of in the wrong order.
And we could use another syllable.
His ambiguity.
His ambiguity.
His.
Yeah, I think you're spelling it right. You're
right. I'm just not pronouncing it.
Give it another syllable.
And
it's not, well, instead of the wit, instead of like the gwit, you gotta like separate that out a little bit.
Put a U in there somewhere.
Ambunity. we getting hotter or colder?
Colder. You added a letter that was.
You said a U. What's the word?
Ambiguity.
I
think it's like you're spelling it right in your head. You were just instead of guity, you were saying gwitty. Ambiguity.
Yeah. Seeing Jawan's ambiguity.
Now that doesn't even sound right. Is that right?
Seeing Jawan not fully with the plan, or seeing Jawan still hold out love for Red after his name has been turned out. Like, I was screaming at the TV. Like, what do you mean? What's happening, Jawan?
Yeah, we've seen seasons where people are like, I know I should do this or this or this, but I want to sit but I want to stay loyal or whatever. And I'm like, man, we need Jawan to not be that person right now. We need Jawan to make a move. And I feel like the second half of this episode, or maybe even the whole episode, maybe even the last few episodes, we've been watching Sage and how she's been making these, looks at the camera, breaking and like going in her confessionals and then showing love to Shannon. And it's like, please, we're gonna get this payoff this episode. Shout out to Shannon. We love Shannon in real life.
Yeah.
On this TV screen, it's like you're rooting for a move to be made, and all the way up till tribal. But as I'm watching this edit, I'm like, oh, they are having Shannon walk the plank. She's all happy and all confident and talking about how she's connecting with them. And I'm like, oh, they are gonna line her up.
When she was giving kisses back and forth to Sage, and Sage was like, I was like, but mind you, here's the thing. You got to give credit to Shannon where, like, we all can read what's happening here. But, like, if you going to sell it, sell it. And so, like, that's where I give Shannon the credit for, like, okay, girl, we can see this a mile away. But if you going to seal the deal, it also needs to be studied. And again, I love Shannon, but my love language is is joking, is my love language. But
what?
Because I don't want to say jerking the chicken because y'all always be like, oh, so I was trying to think of something else. But Shannon's 180 from last episode to Sage to today, it needs to be studied. Okay. But again, I'm not mad at a Shannon where it's like she's peeping the scene. She's like, all right, I got a connection with Sage. Like, we just seen you throwing Sage's name out, and now it's just like, we're brought here together. Where like that needs to be studied, but also go ahead, Wendell.
The other thing, though, is, Brice, people have changes of heart every day on this show and change their opinion and work with different people and stuff like that. So, like, I can understand her having this change of heart, genuinely thinking, yeah, they're good. They're working together now. Like, all right, hey, every day is a new day. And I can also understand Sage, like, I don't rock with her. I'm going to be fake to her face, but I'm going to get her when I can get her.
Yeah. I thought Shannon ultimately, I think, brought a lot like to the show. Like she was a kind of a villain in her own right, but the kind that we love to root against, not like just someone who's a bad human being on Survivor. Like she was playing really hard, and there was this like interesting component of like the spiritual stuff and then the religious stuff, which I think even outside the show, people still kind of scoping out. But within the realm of the show, like that energy combined with her playing really hard and like really schmoozing it up, which I think in a lot of situations could work, right? Like she was really going for it, was really interesting. But Sage is just such a star and just clocked it so hard that I think naturally people are like, we're rooting, we want Sage to get the best of this. So it created a really interesting rivalry. But yeah, all the Sage's like expressions, all of that were so great.
And the other thing to add to that is that I got it out first. Pause. The other thing to add to that is
whoa. Well, where is it at? Okay.
The other thing to add to that is you have both. They both, I don't want to call them kooky, but they're both unique individuals, right? And you would almost think that these two unique souls might be able to work together. But you got one who is just keeping it so funky. Sage is keeping it so funky. You almost are like, man, she seems more genuine. Then you have one who is playing so hard and using everything she knows about people to connect with those people. And you're like, she doesn't seem as genuine. So now it's like, naturally, you want to root for this one who you think is keeping it so real. So it's just such a cool dynamic. Sorry, Brice, you were saying?
No, I love it, right? And I love that analysis that you brought up. But I also want to remember, like, I think Shannon's fatal flaw in this game, outside of like playing extremely aggressive, which we love, right? Like you trying to make a move on Jawan, like I even think she was doing that to gain favor of Savannah and them. Could you imagine if she got him out and they reconnected and was like, like, so, but it was like too soon. But I don't even think that is her fatal flaw. I think the game that Shannon was playing, hear me out. I think her being in like the majority alliance on red, that was her fatal flaw. Hear me. Let's switch Sage and Shannon. If Shannon were playing how she is playing with the whole group and all, if she were playing that from a position of outside the major alliance, I think it might have worked a little better from her, because I think her being in that power position, her kind of feeling like she's above the program, right? And where I feel like where her and Sage never connected was one, Sage tried to connect with her, but Shannon already was locked in with somebody else. And so like she kind of made that feeling be known. And that's why Sage was like, okay, I'm not really rocking with her. But it's like if she were playing it a little different, I think you understand what I'm saying, Jack. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I hear you, because all of her attempts to get in with Hina, I think, would feel more genuine if she wasn't already in with Uli. Right? Like, her trying to, it's kind of how Sage was able to be like, I'm not really in with Uli. Rizzo has an idol. This is my crew now. That felt genuine because she really laid it all out. But Shannon was balancing like, well, I have my old people. And then but I'm still trying to play the game and make moves, but it's hard to like lay it all out there when you're protecting your old alliance.
And she's had like an embarrassment of riches. Like when you have a tribe that keeps winning and you're, you are making moves and making connections and whatnot, and you're not battle tested. Like you're not going to a lot of tribal, so you don't know what time it is in tribal. And you're feeling yourself. You think you're on top of the world because it hasn't been a difficult run for you. Now it's like, all right, I'm gonna just keep on this motion. And you also get to a point sometimes where it's been so good for you that you think that someone that was on your original tribe, that has been loyal to your original tribe, that just might be someone that the other people just don't really get along with. You know what? We could shoot at him. We could cut him. It's like, hold on. You're gonna merge. Like, he's loyal to y'all. Like,
he would die. He would get a million twigs for you in a second.
Stay on the mission.
Yeah.
Don't worry about this infighting. Once y'all are at the end, all right, pick him off number 6.
But here's another thing, and another one of Shannon's flaws, or not flaws, because it's like, here's the thing. In order to win big, you have to take big risk. And so, like, I'm not mad at her trying to make this move. And I love the fact that this is how she went out, because it's like, I don't want to see I don't want to see a season with nobody trying to do anything. Like, that's annoying, right? So it's like, I'm not mad at the move, but also there is this thing of like, when you are in the power position, you also need to feel the current down below. And if you are so high on your tide that you can't feel the current below, that's a problem. Because I feel like if Shannon felt the current below a little bit, like, you would have picked up on that Steven wasn't feeling you on the last try. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you being when you are the spokesperson of the company, and you make tasty cakes and the tasty cake's nasty, like, they're not going to go to the store owner. They're going to tweet tasty cake. And so when you are like the front person of this, like, you're not going to hear what the employees or the other people are saying. And I think that, like, that's where Shannon excelled at, of like rising to the top, being the face. But like, being the face comes with a lot of stuff that, like, you can't see. You can't grasp everything. You can't see what everything's going on. And where it's like, I warn people, don't try to be the face. Like, don't, like, try to make those connections, but also it's hard when you're out there. But that's just my take. But again, Shannon was a great player.
Also, yeah, go. Yeah,
no, that's it.
Oh yeah, well, I think this works in Juwan and Sage's favor that Shannon was trying to make the first move from what we saw, because now they can go back and be like, well, Shannon wanted Juwan out, so that's why we cut her. I also think, now I got to give Steven a lot of props here for surviving this group, but I also think looking at these Uli versus Hina numbers, which obviously isn't like everything, but it's kind of a battle that's been gearing up a little bit. Not only if you take Steven out, do you get like an overwhelming numbers advantage of, like, there would still be 6 Uli, there would be 3 Hina, and there would be 2 Kele, blue, like Sophi and Alex. So then Uli just has the straight up majority going into a merge. But also having Sage and Shannon having just been on a tribe with Steven might be the Hina with the most connections, like the most agency. So he kind of might be the Hina, like the Hina with the most inroads at the merge, where he could be a problem. And so, I mean, Steven worked his way into this group really well. So I'm glad that they didn't vote for Steven. But if you're looking at these Uli numbers, like, why vote out Juwan, who was like the most loyal Uli, versus Steven, who could actually really shake things up with some of his people? So I see why Shannon wanted to have those connections, but it's almost like you don't necessarily have to worry about those connections right now if you have just like the straight up majority for a little bit.
I completely agree. And I just hope that this was a wake-up call to Juwan, that the red tribe, maybe it, like, I just hope that, like, because I feel like Sage is a free agent, right? And I feel like Juwan is still, his contract ends in a year, and he's still he trying to get an extension. I hope that, like, he goes into the portal.
Yeah, maybe him and Sage are the swings now, if he's able to get himself there.
But I am most not excited, but like, I want to see what the fallout from the, like, I want to see what the fallout of Shannon going home.
Yeah.
I want to see I can't wait for next week's episode because I want to see the conversations. I want to hear from Savannah. Just put Savannah's confessional up on the screen. I am curious to see what this fallout will do.
I'm interested, but also we did see like episode 1. I feel like I remember Savannah being like, I don't know if I fully vibe with Shannon, but I can tell she's going to be someone who's going to have some agency in this game. So it's better to align with her than to go against her. So it's not like Savannah and Shannon in my mind were necessarily besties, although they were allies. But yeah, I agree with you because I don't know exactly how they'll react. It's also like, okay, they've lost an Uli number, so that could shake up their perception of the game. But I feel like, we are winding down, but we'd be remiss not to talk about everything that went down at the tribal itself. Sage refuses the hug. Shannon says, I love you too, even though Sage never said, I love you. What do we think about all of that stuff?
I thought Sage was a real one for that. Because if anything, like I feel like, and not that it's fake, but I think Shannon in her own way was being genuine. And sometimes like you can kind of like force your generosity onto someone else. And I think that Sage has kind of been like this thing where it's like, sis, I just voted you out, right? Like I just stabbed you in the back. Like, let's have a moment. And I kind of respect that a little bit because it's like I feel like we have seen Sage these 6 episodes. Sage has opened up to us about making friendships, what connections mean to her. She makes friends and they leave her. Sage has been slow to warm up. And so I feel like it's less about a Shannon in that moment, and it was more about like Sage in that moment. So although it was a little awkward, I kind of was with Sage in that moment a little bit. I understand the reasoning.
Sage is a gangster. She looked her in. She didn't take the I don't know if this is kicking her while she's down or what, but it's like she was like, you see what time it is.
Yeah. It's also not someone who's going to be on the jury. And so you don't, no. I'm voting for you. And I feel like it kind of embodied the Sage Shannon dynamic where Shannon gets voted out and immediately still she's like, oh, it's okay. I love you guys so much. Like hugs, hugs, hugs. And Sage is just like, I'm not about to do all that disingenuous stuff. You know what I mean? And I think that, even Shannon after getting voted out very kind of felt, and it's like an attitude I respect, but at the same time, even in life, I'm always like, it's okay to not be so positive all the time. Life is not always overwhelmingly positive. And so to try to pretend that it is, I think that's what feels a little bit disingenuous. It's like, you just got voted out. It's okay. Like you can be you probably are upset and it's okay to be upset. So I see why Sage is like, let's just let this simmer for a little bit. And right. when we're actually seeing eye to eye, then we can embrace for real. But to me, we haven't handed out a lot of britchies this season. Oh. And even the last one we gave out, I don't know if I ever co-signed that one. But to me, I feel like this is a britchy episode for a Sage. Just the way. I don't. Would you guys? I mean, I thought the way that she, from her entertainment value, her reactions, and also knowing her personality of how she doesn't like to fake things, but was able to fake things for the sake of Survivor, but still kind of keep it real with her expressions and breaking the fourth wall, looking at the camera, and then also just taking the info Shannon gave her, roping in Jawan, roping in Steven, and then making this move that I think is going to really open up Sage's game. And doing it without, Shannon catching a whiff of it, I guess you could say. I thought it was all great. I thought it was very britchiable. What do you guys think?
I agree. I've said got it out first. But I said episode 2. I feel like Sage is going to be at the end. Sage isn't a hot pocket. Sage is a roast that you put in the crock
Ooh.
when you leave for work at 7 a.m. and put it on slow. And when you
Ooh.
home at 5:30, do you smell what the sage is cooking?
Tricky is about to have a field day with stages of roast.
I'm just saying, like, she's not a hot pocket. You can't put her in a little pocket.
That's a
and
bar,
put her
honestly. I was lost for a second with the hot pocket, but then you all tied it together. So I fully agree. I mean, so many people say it's got very much some Carolyn energy. And I mean, Carolyn made it to the end too. So
yeah. And be interested to see what this how this move affects Sage, right? Like you've been trying out for the soccer team for 5 years, and you finally like make the soccer team, and now it's your first day of practice. It'll be interesting to see like what type of energy Sage brings now that you have this little bit of confidence under your belt.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. Time will tell.
Yes.
Sage is a roast.
Well, with the crock pot on slow, the roast is in, the potatoes, the onions, the Lipton, mushroom soup. It's all a cooking, and we're excited to see what happens. You can join us next week as we'll be back covering Survivor Season 49, Episode 7, Brice and Wynn. 49 continues. We're excited to hit the road. We'll be in Dallas next week. Click the link in the Instagram bio, and we'll see you soon. Happy Halloween! Oh no, that's Christmas. See y'all.
It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You better listen in public, might make your stomach hurt. Ooh. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to unwind, you better get that box wine. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to get your snack, you better hurry right back though. It's the Purple Pants. It's the Purple Pants.